Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you this new Milwaukee light I got. We're going to go over it in a little bit of detail and I'll tell you what I think about it. So I've been looking to add on to my light collection for when I'm working on cars and equipment and stuff like that. I just want to, and even if I'm working around the house, but I just want to make sure I have the proper lights besides, just having a little flashlight that you kind of just stick in your mouth and hold on to it. That way it just kind of gets uncomfortable. I've been super happy with my Milwaukee headlamp. I'll put a card up there for that at the top of the video and in the description. I've been super happy with that headlamp. I did see that Milwaukee recently came out with a new one. It's a little bit more of a compact size. That was one of the complaints I had with the headlamp that I have now, is it's just a little bit bulky, but it works really well and the battery lasts a long time. So I went ahead and I got this Milwaukee light. They are calling this their Rover pivoting floodlight. The model number is 2114-21, and I got this as a kit, and it came with this battery charger. So basically you just plug your USB micro in there and you can charge this, and it came with an extra battery. So there's a battery in here and there's an extra battery for this. And this light here, it folds flat and it has magnets here and here, and they look kind of small, but they're actually quite powerful. I've been sticking it to a few things, testing it out just to kind of see, hey, how is that little bit actually going to stick? I was kind of hoping it was going to have a magnet here, but I guess not. I mean, they could have had a magnet there, even though they technically have this little carabiner here type of deal. So you could clip that onto your work bag or something like that, and maybe it doesn't have to take up space inside. But they did include that, and then you have your power button here on the back. And I guess we can show you this. There's the 4 light settings, I believe. Let's see, this is high, medium, low, and off. So 3 settings. But that's good that you can go through the different ones instead of it just being like high all the time and killing your battery super fast. So it looks like it has 10 LED diodes, and the battery stores here in the side. So this is their, I guess, semi-new technology, the red lithium battery. Part number on this, or model number, is 48-11-2130. It says this is a 2.5 amp hour battery. So that's quite strong when you think about it. So you're going to get a good amount of runtime out of this versus something else, like a AA or AAA or whatever like that. And then it came with the charger. You just unscrew it the same way you do the actual light, and your battery sits in here and you can take it in and out. Let's see, it sits in there pretty firm. So battery, again, same kind of concept. Then you just kind of slide it in there, close it up, put it into the lock mode, and then you can charge it. So this light is pretty handy because you can stick it in places, and then if you magnetic this to something, like, so for instance, this is the board that sits right here, and I'm pulling pretty hard. You can see that I don't know if it shows up on camera, but I'm kind of flexing this board, pulling it off, so it sticks pretty good. So you could stick it here and then you can angle it. Say you're working on something down here, you can angle it like that, or I can angle it straight out, or obviously you can turn it around and angle it up if you were working on something higher up. So that's a good benefit there. it's just one of those things where you can take it and stick it underneath the car or stick it on a piece of equipment. Like for instance, you could stick this on the front of something and you could probably almost use it as a light. I mean, they do call it a floodlight, so it does have quite a lot of light with all of the LED diodes. And you know, I don't have any length of runtime. I can put that down in the description of what Milwaukee says the runtime will be as far as hours go, but it's going to vary depending on whether you're using it on high, medium, or low. Okay, so I've gathered up pretty much the lights that I use. These are some of the older ones, these three here, and then these are all kind of part of the newer collection here. I guess, you know, the biggest thing I can say for a change of theme is these here all take batteries, where all of these are here are rechargeable. So these are Streamlight Stylus Pros, and this one normally has a clip on it, but I'm sure I just lost it. And you know, just one little tiny little LED, and they've been making these for years now, and they take 2 AAAs, and you know, just the battery just doesn't last that long. 2 batteries just don't last that long for what it is, and so you constantly have to put batteries in there. So I understand the case for batteries as far as why they're good and bad, and then I also understand the case of why rechargeables are good and bad. So these 2 lights here are kind of what you would consider like a cheaper kind of version. Whatever this red one is kind of like the cheap of the cheap. Probably a couple bucks at the store, versus this cat one is probably maybe 10-15 bucks, I would assume, but they still basically both operate on the same principle. The cat one is heavier, seems like it's built a little bit better than this little one here, but what they do is they take batteries as well. Might not even be able to get this one open. So this one looks like it takes 3 AAAs, and it doesn't last, this doesn't last that long. So you just click the button at the top. It's pretty bright, but you click the button at the top, on off is all you get. No high, medium, low. And then this one here has no magnet here, but has a magnet here on the back, and this little piece swivels around. So for a couple bucks, it's not a bad light, but it's definitely not a long-term solution. So the cat one here, you take the bottom off, and it holds 3 AAAs as well. So put that back on, and so the trade-off you get with this Caterpillar one, this cat one, is there's just a clip here. There's no magnet here. There's a magnet in the base though. So if you wanted it to stick somewhere, you'd have to stick it like this, where this one you have to stick like this. So not the perfect for light solutions, and I did use both of these, mainly this one, on a project a while back. And you know, the magnet is relatively strong, but I mean, I could easily, you know, knock that off of something like that. So it's not a super strong magnet, and after using this one for a while, the batteries kind of got hot and they kind of gave out. So we'll move on to the newer stuff. This is a Streamlight MicroStream USB, so it's basically like a miniature version of the big one, but this one has the option for recharging it. So there's a rechargeable battery inside, and you just use your USB micro there, and then it's got a little O-ring. This little one is good for something that I carry every day. This big one here stays in the toolbox because it's just so big. I don't like this one. I keep in my pocket all the time, but this big one, super bright, It has 3 settings: high, low, or medium, whatever you want to call it, and then a strobe. But if you put it on the high, you can change the I guess optics, the view of how wide the stuff is. And so if you take this outside at night, I can light up the canopies of 2 or 3 trees, and it is extremely bright. And this one again is rechargeable as well. You just unscrew this and you can plug your USB micro into there, and then this one actually screws on and has 2 O-rings, which allows it to be IP67 waterproof, so if you drop this in water and stuff like that. So that plus this Milwaukee headlamp and then this new one here, I am building my light solution. If you have any questions maybe that I didn't answer or anything like that, you can put them in the comments, or if you have any technical specs that you want to know about the light, I'm going to put the link to Milwaukee's website in the description, and you can go from there. This light's I think it was about $70, and I'm from Home Depot or something like that. I'll have to double check. And it came with this extra battery, which is good too. So if I drain this battery after using it for an hour or 2 or 3, however long it's going to last, just pop this battery out and stick it in there. And so this one has all the swivels. I have more Milwaukee lights that I want to get, and so as I get those, I'll show them to you and tell you my thoughts on those. So as always, thanks for watching. Leave me some comments if you have any, and thanks for watching.